Yo, what's up, everybody? I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon and The Blackest Heart. Both books published by Simon & Schuster Saga Press. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Elmore Leonard, Unknown Man number 89. You know, maybe a few days ago you saw me do my video review of all my Elmore Leonard book collection. So we'll just pan down here. I got it down here on the bottom shelf. Those are all my Elmore Leonard books right there. The other day, I went through them one at a time and showed them to you and bragged about how much I loved Elmore Leonard and how awesome he was as a writer. And it got me inspired to read one of his books, so I did. Unknown Man number 89 came out in 1977. It is a sequel to his first mystery novel he ever wrote called The Big Bounce, starring a character named Jack Ryan. Not the Tom Clancy Jack Ryan, a different Jack Ryan. This Jack Ryan is more of a bounty hunter, more of a sort of a modern day bounty hunter with deadpan humor. Let's talk about the covers. You know, I love graphic design and book illustration. And all of the Elmore Leonard books have, you know, pretty flashy graphics, pretty colorful books that pop off the shelf real nice. I like this one, as I like all the other ones. And you can, if you want to see my my Elmore Leonard book collection video, just type in Durfee and Elmore Leonard and into your YouTube search bar, and the video will magically appear upon your screen. You can watch that. One of the things, I opened this book up. I did a bit of research on this book, actually. Wikipedia type research. What Wikipedia said was, you know, a lot of Elmore Leonard books have been made into films. You know, Quentin Tarantino says that Elmore Leonard was his favorite writer, and he all of the Tarantino books are sort of stylized after Elmore Leonard. That's not what I learned on Wikipedia. I just knew that. But what I did learn on Wikipedia was that Alfred Hitchcock was in the middle of making Unknown Man number 89 as his last movie before he died. And it never was made. It was just in pre-production. I did not know that until I read the Wikipedia article. So there's that. Anyway, I picked up this book, and I've read it. I've read this. I've been collecting Elmore Leonard since I was a high school kid. And so this is a book that I read ages and ages ago. Didn't remember much about it, other than it was the sequel. It was the sequel to The Big Bounce. And the Big Bounce takes place about 10 years prior to this one. So the character has changed. Jack Ryan, the bounty hunter, has changed quite a bit. But I opened up the page and I read the very first line in this page. Might be one of my favorite of all time I've read. And it says, the first line is, "A prompt man is a lonely man." A prompt man is a lonely man. I stopped right there and just thought about that sentence for 15 minutes. Before I even read any part further in the novel, I was like, a prompt man is a lonely man. What does he mean by that? And then I started to think, okay, a prompt man. If you're always on time to everything, that means you ain't got nothing better to do than to just be on time to everything. Which means you're a lonely guy. I'm on time to pretty much everything. Then my depression started to spiral out of control. And I was like, why did this motherfucker have to just point out my strength in being prompt for everything was actually my weakness, because I'm lonely and I ain't got all else to do but show up on time to everything that's planned. God, I was just like, okay, is that really what that means? Is that what that this is the thing about Elmore Leonard. He's got some lines of prose and dialogue that are razor sharp and just will cut you to the soul. Will just hurt your feelings. Just because you know he's speaking to you at a moment in time where you don't need to hear that shit. So my goal from here on out is to be and late. Damn thing I'm invited to. Prove this asshole wrong. That's the whole review of the book. That's all I got to say. I stopped right there. It's like, I don't give a shit what else is in this. Dude insulted me to the soul. No, actually, I finished the book. It's pretty cool. I love Elmore Leonard's dialogue. It's just so if you like Quentin Tarantino movies, you've got to be reading Elmore Leonard, because every Elmore Leonard novel is like a Tarantino movie on steroids. I'll just read the back of it because it gives a pretty good description. Detroit process server Jack Ryan has a reputation for being the best in the business at finding people who don't want to be found. That means he's a bounty hunter. Now he's looking for a missing stockholder known only as Unknown Man number 89. But this missing man isn't unknown to everyone. There's a pretty blonde that hates his guts, and a very nasty dude named Royal who wants him dead in the worst way. Which is very unfortunate for Jack Ryan, who is suddenly caught in the crossfire of a lethal triple cross. And he is as much of a target as the nameless guy. Yeah, that's a good description of what's going on in this book. These are the only two, I think these are the only two Jack Ryan books in Elmore Leonard's staple of like 50 magnificent crime novels. But that's okay. That's cool. I want to give this book a 10 out of 10 just based off of that first line. But I'm probably going to not, because I think there are better Elmore Leonard books out there. Some of his later stuff. So let's give this a 9 out of 10 as just more cool Elmore Leonard fun. It's just dynamite.